low size, offline. This list is for you, and I will start off with Anger Food 3D. This is technically an FPS game, but with food as the main type. You can pick up the weapons to shoot enemies, but they all have limited ammo, and you have to use food to break the doors as well as furniture. The game is not that satisfying though. You have limited life, you can really destroy everything with your food, but overall, this game is good for killing some time. If you know or have played Dual Terror, then you will get familiar feel of this game. Only in this game is even crazier, with lots of meme reference, ugly looking creator models. The game actually has plenty of things to do though. Peter job is not set, but it's actually a fun minigame.
What the fuck, man?
Whoa, hey.
Little Army Manager. This game is pretty simple from both graphics and gameplay. You get to add one of the units as well as upgrades between each ways. The game is that straightforward. There is some strategy like setting the best formations, but overall, nice and simple game. Backpack Arena Fantasy Battle. This is a roguelike game where you have very limited inventory and you must be as powerful as you can with it. You can fill your inventory with entire stuff, but you can also combine some items to save the space as well as boost your stats even further. There are only 3 classes and the game is pretty quick if you manage to survive all of the opponents, but the game is still new so I don't complain. Control. You really must follow the tutorial of this game, as the game mechanics are pretty confusing, but once you get used to it, you get addicted. This is a turn-based game where you must kill all enemies to proceed to the next level. When you pass a level, you can choose one of the upgrades to gain the event tip in the next level. Got a PPP, Efficiency Ping Pong Bomb. The entire game is simple with just 2 buttons, but the controls are what make this game unique. You could get confused several times before getting used to it. There are a few more modes with different controls, and you can also join PvP matches with players. The game is new, so there is not many players online. Castle Grimhole. I think this game is inspired by Grim West and Grim Tides with similar gameplay and mechanics. Before entering the castle, you can prepare yourself with a variety of skills as well as spells. The game is new, the summoning spells are pretty potent like cheap, fast cooldown, and you can even summon multiple allies, so the enemies are a bit disadvantage even in insane difficulty. Still, I enjoy the game as well as the quiz. Amajadori. This is a simple idle game where you can relax to random sound effects as well as music, turned for copyright. There are 4 visual novel stories divided in different game modes. The story seems pretty short, but the voice acting is wonderful and engaging enough to keep you hooked. I would wear the headphone for this game if I were you.
あ、いいんだよ。気にしないで。まあそうね。ここよく座るからさ。僕？怪しいものじゃございません。ただの運動好きな社会人ですってね。さあ、休日はジョギングして、いい汗かいて。
The Class Hato Rest Quest. This is a platformer game where you get to explore the Stone Age. The story is quite short, but the game compensates with decent amount of content. A variety of skins, decorations for Hato's house, multiple modes, as well as several levels. This game is very fun to play, but sadly, this game is too underrated. Takashi the Last Samurai. This is a revamp version of original Takashi with improved graphics as well as level designs. The weapons and animations are actually better in this version. The original feels odd. The weapons doesn't fit with the game theme. The enemies look like they are from medieval era, etc. This version has changed all that, so I say this is definitely a big improvement.
どうじゃどうじゃ
Adventure Reborn. This is a point-and-click adventure game set in a post-apocalyptic world where you play as a girl who must rescue her parents as well as finding the secrets behind an organization. The story isn't short at all. In case you get stuck somewhere, you can get free hints without having to cross ads. Not only you must solve puzzles, but you also must make the decisions that impact the following chapters. Dream Chaser. This is an endless runner game made in Vietnam and filled with Vietnamese controls. Skins inspired by traditional clothes like áo dài, well-known locations like Huế Imperial City, also known as Kinh Thành Huế, and even the music is remix of traditional Vietnamese songs. The game looks good and plays good, so if you love Vietnam, then definitely you will enjoy this game too. Aquatica. This is an adventure game where you can explore a variety of areas in the ocean and collect items. The items can then be traded for gold that can be used to buy equipment. Since this game is new, there is not much to do besides exploring and collecting, but still, it's a good game. A Guardian by Odysseus. This is a roguelike game where you must survive for 15 minutes in main levels and survive as long as you can on next domination level. Between each quest, you will have some time to land on some planets and collect the resources to get upgrades. Visually, the game looks simple but somewhat stunning. The controls are good as well, so landing on a planet is just a piece of cake. Epic Battle Fantasy 4. This is a mobile port or flash game with the same name. It's a turn-based RPG game with deep but easy to understand game mechanics. Each character has different skills and specials with different elements, and you must scan the enemies for their weakness in order to deal damage. There is Epic Battle Fantasy 5 2 with the same gameplay but with different mechanics, story, and content.